conference for the invitation to be here. It's my first time in Salamanca, and I hope it won't be my last time. It's obviously an incredible place to be. This university, 800 years old, is also amazing. This room is amazing. I think it's the most awesome, but also somewhat intimidating room I've ever presented in. Having all of these historical figures looking down in judgment at every word I say is maybe a little bit daunting. What I'd like to focus on in the session today is in a sense a dialogue between what has been happening in Canada and other countries that have implemented bilingual programs and immersion programs over numerous years. In the Canadian case, almost 50 years of French immersion programs have been in place. And what's happening in Spain, where you've had an explosion of CLIL programs and bilingual sections happening. My first experience of what's been happening in the Spanish context was back in 2010 when I attended a bilingual CLIL conference in the municipality of Madrid, and I was astounded at the fact that in 2004 there had been 25 schools with bilingual sections, but in 2010, just a few years later, that had expanded into 250. I don't know what the number is now, but clearly in Spain as a whole, there's been a huge expansion. And this obviously is encouraging. It reflects very well on the speed with which Spanish educators have picked up on what the research is saying about effective ways of teaching second languages. But it also raises issues and problems. When we expand that rapidly, where do we find teachers? How do we find teachers who have sufficient proficiency in the second language to teach it effectively? How do we address issues of coherence within schools, where a whole new way of thinking about education is being implemented? Not